Welcome to virtual class of Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai Education Department. I am Mrs. Akshata Kale and today we will learn English. Okay, now let us move to the lesson. Today we are going to learn one English poem of standard 5th and the title of the poem is Count Your Garden. This is a beautiful poem. Here, the poet wishes to tell us that we must count the good things that we have in our lives and not the problems. Count your garden. This poem is on page number 28 of your Balabharati English textbook. Okay, this poem has 8 lines. We can see here 4 stanzas with 2 lines each. Okay, first we will recite the poem and then we will go for the details of the poem. Count your garden. Count your garden by the flowers, never by the leaves that fall. Count your days by golden hours. Don't remember clouds at all. Count the nights by stars, not shadows. Count your life by smiles, not tears. And with joy on every birthday, count your age by friends, not yours. Students, we will recite this poem one more time. Okay? Count your garden by the flowers, never by the leaves that fall. Count your days by golden hours. Don't remember clouds at all. Count the nights by stars, not shadows. Count your life by smiles, not tears. And with joy on every birthday, count your age by friends, not yours. Yes, students, try to recite this poem, okay, and learn this by heart. Count your garden. Count your garden by the flowers. See, you can see here, we have to count our garden by the flowers, never by the leaves that fall. You can see here, leaves are falling on the ground. Here the poet tells us to count the worth of our garden by the number of flowers that are there and never by the leaves that fall. Means you have to always go to the positive things and not to count the negative things or the sad things. Count your days by golden hours and don't remember clouds at all. Means you have to count your happy moments of your life and not the sad moments. In our life, sometimes we get happy moments and sometimes we go through bad moments or the sad moments. Poet tells us that we should remember the golden hours and we have to count that golden hours and golden days. And we have to forget all the bad things or the clouds that arrive in our life. Okay? Count the nights by stars, not shadows. And count your life by smiles, not tears. We should count the nights by the stars and not by the shadows. and count our lives by the smiles and not by the tears. Tears means water coming out from the eyes when we became sad. Here, count the nights by stars means stars are bright, so we have to always count the bright things means happy things here also, and not the shadows. Shadows means dark or black means sad things or bad things. Got this? And count your life by smiles. Again here, happy moments and not by the tears means sad moments. And with joy on every birthday, count your age by friends, not years. And finally, on our birthdays, we must count our age not by the years that have passed, but by the friends that we have. Got this, students? This is all about the poem Count Our Garden. Here the final summary of the poem is we have to remember the happy moments and the good things, and we must be towards the positive attitude. We have to forget the bad things or bad moments or sad moments whatever happened in our life. Okay? Students, this is your poem, isn't it? This poem has some rhyming words. You know, rhyming words means the words that have similar sounds, isn't it? We will find out. Here, flowers. The similar sound word is hours. See the end of the both words, flowers, hours. Okay, they have similar sound, so they are rhyming pairs. Fall, all, isn't it? One more is there, tears. Yes, can you tell me which is the rhyming pair of this? Yes, you are right, ears. Tears, ears. Mostly the rhyming words, they are located at the end of each line. Dear students, here it is given, classify the following things as happy and sad things. Okay, here some 5 points are given. Okay, then we have to classify them as a happy things and sad things. You know, which gives us happiness, they are called as happy things, and which makes us sad, they are called sad things. Okay, we will go one by one. First one is flowers and falling leaves. Yes, when we see flowers, we will become happy, isn't it? So, they are under happy things. Falling leaves means here it gives the negative approach. Correct? So, they are sad things. Second one, golden hours and clouds. Golden hours means happy moments. And clouds, they are dark and they tell us about the sad things happened in our life. We use dark clouds to say about the sad things. Okay. Then stars, shadows. Stars, yes, again they are bright. They give us happiness when we look at them. So they are happy things. Okay. And shadows, again they are dark or they are black and they indicate the sad moments. So we will write them under sad things. Next one is smiles and tears. When we smile, when we become happy, we smile and we laugh, isn't it? So smiles, happy things. And what about the tears? When the tears occurs in our eyes means we are sad, we are disappointed, right? So we will write tears under sad things. Next one, friends in your life. Yes, you always become happy when you meet your friends. You share your ideas, your feelings, etc. Correct? When your friends make you happy, correct? So they are under happy things. And what about the passing years? We are losing them, so they are sad things. Correct? Next, write the answers to the following questions. Here we can see some questions. We will try to write the answers for these questions. Number 1. How should you count richness of your garden? You are having a garden. Then how you will count the richness of your garden? Yes, from this poem we know that how to count the richness of our garden, isn't it? Okay, we will write the answer. You should count richness of your garden by the number of flowers it has. Correct? Not by counting the falling leaves, isn't it? It is mentioned in the poem. So we will count the number of flowers and we will count the richness of our garden. Second one, how should you count your age? Yes, dear students, here we get the answer from the poem that you should count your age by the number of friends you have. Correct? If you are having more number of friends, then you will become more happy. So counting your birthdays by the friends, not by your age, isn't it? What does the poet actually want to tell us? Yes, here we can write the summary of the poem in short. Okay, see, the poet wants to tell us that we must count the good things that we have in our lives and not the problems. We must look at the positive side of life and not the negative. Got this? Name a few other things that people often count. Here we have to write that what all the things that people often count. Okay, we will try to write. First one, the amount of money they have. Yes, the man or person is always greedy behind the money. Correct? He needs more and more money. So he always counts his money. Second one, the problems they are facing. All have problems in their life, but some people, they always count their problems they are facing. Their position in their work. Yes, they are working and they always want to go to the higher post, and so that they are counting their position in their workplaces. The electronic goods they possess. Now, for example, if a man has a mobile, then he needs a smartphone. Correct? Afterwards, when he gets the smartphone, he wants laptop. Like that, he needs and he counts the electronic goods they possess. The property they gathered. The person or a man is a greedy animal. He always goes behind the property. He wants to make more and more properties. Correct? Yes, these are the few things that people often count. Now here name a few other things that children often count. Now you are children. you also count some things. Correct? We will count them. First, cars on the road. Yes, whenever you are on the road, you always count the cars or the vehicles, isn't it? Marbles in their boxes. Small children, they like marbles, they want to play with the marbles, so they collect the marbles. Books in school bag. Yes, here also we count the books, means the children count the books in their school bag. Some says I am having 5 books, the other one says I am having 8 books, like that. They count the books in their school bag. Gifts they receive on their birthday. Yes, when your birthday falls, your friends and relatives, they give you the gifts, isn't it? And you are very eager to count these gifts. Chocolates they have collected. Yes, you get chocolates too on the birthday or on any other days. Then you have the habit of counting the chocolates, isn't it? Now, dear students, we will move to the grammar part. Here, antonyms. Antonyms means words that have opposite meanings. Antonyms means opposites. Okay? In our normal word, that is opposite. Here, fast, opposite is slow. Small, opposite is big. Here we can say some other negative. The opposite of negative is positive. Happy, the opposite is sad. Above, opposite is below. Okay, dear students, we will collect some of the opposite words from the poem. Opposite words are antonyms. Okay. Never. What is the opposite of never? Always. Remember this. Okay. Never. Always. Day. The opposite of day is night. Okay. Remember. Opposite of the remember is forget. Smile. Opposite is frown. Joy, the opposite word is misery. Got this, students? Please learn this by heart. Okay? Here in your textbook, one group activity is there, or the group work that is given. Discuss how you will measure the worth of a book, a sports event, a friend, a journey. I will help you to show you only one. Okay, I will show you only one here. Discuss how you will measure the worth of a book. Okay, here some useful pairs also are given. Okay, difficult words and all that, some points are given. On that basis we have to write the worth of a book and rest are objects. Okay, we will write now. First point, I will measure the worth of a book by the number of interesting things that are given in it and the amount of knowledge I get from it. Right now? Means how I will decide the worth of a book? By interesting things that I get from this book. And also what the knowledge I got from this book, that matters. Isn't it? Second point, I will not like it if there are too many difficult words. For then I will have to keep consulting a dictionary and the joy of reading will become less. Right. If story is there and so many hard words are there in the story, then we will not understand that story properly. So again and again we have to take the help of the dictionary. So our link breaks and interest become less, isn't it? So if there is a story, then it should have means easy words, not the difficult words, so that I can understand it easily. Correct? Third one, if it is a storybook, the story or plot is also important. Then, and finally, the price of the book and the illustrations are important. Means here, finally the price of the book. Means if it is too costly, then I can't buy it. I will not buy it, isn't it? So, and the illustrations means writers. Who writes the story, that is also important. Got this, students? Here is one activity for you. Write down the good things that are there in your life. You have so many good things in your life. You have to list them on this paper. Okay? Now I will help you to give 2 or 3 good things that you have in your life. You can continue the list. First one is good parents, isn't it? Second, good school. Next, good house. Here I gave you 3 points, means 3 good things. You can write good friends, good sister, whatever you have in your life. Go on adding the items here. Okay? Thank you very much for being a part of this lesson. Please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get the new updated videos.